So it's a little unusual that I have so many ornaments in my possession at the same time. So I thought it would be really fun to kind of show you how the ornament process goes from start to finish and explain to you how these ornaments turned out this way, because I'm really lucky that so many of my customers give me total creative freedom to do what I want on ornaments. So I have some here that I want to just kind of give you the story as to how they got the design that they did, and then also show you how the ornaments start and how I finish them. So without further ado, I will show you where they start. So you're seeing these before Christmas, but you're really not seeing them until after Christmas. So I'm not giving away any secrets. I had done some ornaments before for my friend Dory, who owns the Poorhouse, and I did them for her maybe 5 years ago, and she asked me to do them again this year, and she needed 2 of them. Doing the same ornament more than once is great. Doing many multiples, it can be kind of hard because you want them to be unique, but you don't want them to be too different from each other. So one of the things I did is I looked at the one I had previously done. And so this is the sketch of what an ornament looks like, and it is a rough sketch. And then the one that I have here is not quite finished, but you can just kind of see the process. So this is the sketch of the Poorhouse ornament. And the view that I do of it is kind of if you're looking at the Poorhouse from Central Square and you're by the gazebo, and you can see the front of it. So if you're familiar with the Poorhouse downtown, you can kind of see that the Poorhouse is here. And as you go around, you kind of get the view of the gazebo. So it's definitely a rough sketch. Threw the Christmas tree on there as well. So it gives you kind of a little bit of a view that you would see if you were walking downtown. And then the painted view of the ornaments. Doesn't have all of the detail yet, but you can see the wreaths that they always hang on the gazebo in Central Square. And then the colors being all added to the front of the Poorhouse. That red that stands out when you're driving around, you can see it. You can't miss the front of that building. And then you get the Christmas tree as you go around. So working on this one still. I love that ornament. That was one of the first ones that I did that was a building. And it was very popular. I did that the same year as I did the Central Square, the UCC church, which I actually have an order for that one too. I haven't painted it yet, but that one will be coming as well. I have some other ones that I've sketched that I'll show you too. This one's really cute. A friend of mine had me do some for her grandchildren, and this was fun because she was like, my grandson's name is Beckett and he loves monster trucks. And my granddaughter Stella loves princesses, and just do whatever you want. So, which is really fun. You hope you get it right when you do it. And I'm still hoping I got it right because they haven't gotten them yet because they're just pencil. So when I'm doing a Christmas ornament and it's a monster truck and it's for Christmas, well, it's going to be like a gingerbread house, right? So the monster truck is all drawn up to be like a gingerbread house. It's got a gingerbread man driving the monster truck. The wheels are going to be made with peppermint candies and there's sprinkles on it. And so that one's going to be really fun. Oh, and he's driving through a milk puddle and the stones are going to be chocolate chip cookies. So making that one a little bit fun. Her granddaughter loves princesses and castles, and so I did a princess with the castle. Her name is Chloe, so I did a crescent moon for the C in her name, so that's going to be really cute. Some of the finished ornaments. It's really fun because I have a lot of families that come to me year after year for their ornaments, and one of the families that has done that since I started back in 2018 is my girlfriend Denise. And she actually told me the sweetest story the other day. So she's ordered ornaments for her daughter, Lindsay, since I started doing these. And they were out shopping and she was going to grab an ornament for her from a random store. And they were together. And Lindsay actually said to her, "No, Mom, the only ornaments I put on my tree are my plain ones and the ones that Bethany makes." So I thought that was really awesome. Like, I love being a part of people's family traditions. and that they take out the ornaments that I make every year. Like, that's more special than I can even explain to you. And so I was making them for Lindsay, for just Lindsay, before she was ever Lindsay and Andy, and Lindsay and Andy and Willa. So I've gotten to see her through some life changes, and this is for Willa, her little girl. This is her ornament this year, and Denise always lets me do anything I want. So I did this cute little reindeer, and it just says Merry Christmas on the back. So I love that. I love that I get to just do anything I want. They had a pretty big year in their house because Lindsay and Andy actually got married. And what I did for theirs, I went through their wedding photos, and they had this beautiful picture of the two of them on a dock at the lake at the house they rented where they got married. So I looked at the picture and turned the two of them into a black silhouette, and then turned the background into just like a black and white instead of color for all the trees and the water and everything, did it all in shades of gray, and then put their names and their wedding date on the back. So they would have that. And then another family that I've always done ornaments for is Denise's sister, Jen, for her and for her daughter and her granddaughter. And this year was a big year for her daughter, Kayla, who I've made many ornaments for. Kayla and Curtis just bought their first new home, and it's actually, oops, I've got two new houses on here. So she gave me a picture of their new house, and I said, do you want just their house, or do you want their house at Christmas? Well, if it's a Christmas ornament, we should do their house at Christmas. So I had a picture of their house. So I drew their house on there, and then I decorated it for what it might look like for Christmas. So I liked the idea of doing it at night with snow falling, and then I added some Christmas decorations to it. And then on the back, put our first Christmas in our new home, and then the year on that. So it's a special thing to be able to mark people's milestones and do it on the ornaments. And then when they take them out every year, to be able to have nice little reminders and special pieces that mark that. And I get to do anything I want with Graceland's ornaments each year. Last year, she had a really cute gingerbread one that I did. But this year, I did a little angel. And I thought that was really cute to do that for her. And it just says her name and then the year on the back. But it's a little daunting sometimes when people just give me creative freedom and give me no direction, because I don't want to disappoint. It hasn't happened so far, I don't think. This set was fun for me to do too. My best friend Angela, she doesn't know about these yet, which is extra awesome. Because making them for my best friend is great. It's even better when they're being made for her and she has no idea they're being made for her, because her brother's girlfriend actually ordered them. So I'll show you this one actually first. Angela and Kim did their vow renewal in Hawaii this year for 25 years of being married. And Emily wanted to order an ornament that celebrated that. Same thing, gave me creative freedom. So I stalked their photos, which if you ever order an ornament from me, please be aware that I will go to your social media and I will stalk your Facebook photos to get ideas, because how else am I supposed to do it? Otherwise I don't know what to do. So I went through Angela's photos and I found this really beautiful photo that showed items that were used in the ceremony. So I took from that photo. I also looked at the leis that they wore during the ceremony and used those, because a lot of times when I do ornaments, I'll do like a wreath around the edge. So I decided this time instead to use the flowers that were in their leis around the edges instead of your traditional Christmas wreath. So I added that to it. And then instead of doing like bells or something else, I found the photo that showed Kim and Angela's wedding bands, and I put those at the top. And then I added their names and then the year and then the location of where they had their vow renewal to the ornament too. And I know my girl. and she is going to cry like a big old baby when she gets the ornament. So I fully hope that someone records it, which is going to be great. The other ornament that Emily had me make, I never knew I was going to be drawing dogs all the time. People really love their dogs. And I will say I've gotten much better at drawing dogs over the years. It's a really daunting task to draw somebody's dogs. And honestly, every time someone asks me to draw a dog, I'm always like, oh, please let it not be really complicated. Because it's kind of like when someone asks you to draw their baby. That's why I don't draw people, because the first time I ever drew somebody's baby, that actually was the only time somebody was like, that doesn't look like my baby. And I was like, oh crap. So I get a little bit nervous. But so this one was really fun because Emily has a dog named Maisie, and Maisie plays with Fern, and Fern is the four-legged love of Angela and Kim's family's life. Well, Maisie steals Fern's toys all the time and claims them. So what Emily wanted me to do was to do this ornament of Maisie and Fern, but to include all of the toys that Maisie steals from Fern. So on the ornament, we have Fern's flamingo, Fern's elephant, and Maisie has Fern's bone in her mouth. So I made sure I got all of those in there. And Fern kind of looks less than impressed, if you can't tell. And I kind of tried to do that because if you know Fern, for Angela will know this and her friends and family, Fern smiles. She's the cutest dog in the whole world, and she does. She shows her teeth and she smiles if you ask her to. So I thought I needed to make Fern look a little less than impressed that Maisie was stealing her toys. Did the doghouse on here and added some Christmas trees and a few extra toys and stuff that maybe Maisie left behind because she really needed to have Fern's toys. So that one was really fun to do. I can't wait for Angela to get these. Another one that I did that was really fun, and the story behind this one is good too, because Cole and Megan, friends of mine, so their story is fun. So they got married this past year. Cole is from he's from Florida, but he lives in Nashville. He's a tour bus driver. Megan lives here. They've been together for a few years. They just got married. Cole's on the road. He drives all the time. Megan will go down to Nashville. They're road tripping. They have this obsession with Buc-ee's gas station, which I didn't quite understand until then. I would see her videos and things of it. It's kind of like I said, if Cracker Barrel and like Circle K had a baby is what this place is like. Like you really can go shopping there. And Cole asked me to make an ornament for them. Gave me no direction, just said, he wanted their names on it. And I was like, okay. And I was trying to think what to do. And I was like, because the boys are obsessed with it too, her two little boys. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make them into a Buc-ee's family. Like I'm going to make them look like the characters, and that's what I'm going to do. So I sat down, figured out how I would make them look, because Buc-ee's is a beaver. So I turned all four of them, Tate, Blake, Megan, and Cole, into Buc-ee's beavers. And the best part about this, in the middle of painting this Buc-ee's beaver ornament, Megan's Facebook story came up, and they were shopping at Buc-ee's gas station while I was painting this ornament. And I was like, of course they're at Buc-ee's, which are only down south. So I had no idea they were going to be there. So I messaged Cole when I was done, and I said, does she know that I'm making the ornament? And he's like, no. And I said, all right, well, it's done. And I give you 5 seconds before you tell her what the ornament is. And yeah, about 5 seconds later, she was messaging me for the video of it. So it ended up being perfect for them. So I'm excited for them to put this on their tree. It's just very fitting. They road trip all the time, and next stop is Christmas for Megan and Cole and the kids. So it's pretty fitting for them to do something like that. This one was just kind of cute. Sometimes when I have to do ornaments for not like little boys, but like that 8 to 10 to 12, I kind of don't know what to do because they're usually into sports or something like that. And they sometimes don't think anything's cool. You know, when you try to give them something that's a little bit sentimental. But I had to do this ornament, and I was just given the theme of soccer. So what I did was I put a Santa's hat on a soccer ball. I added his name to it, then did some turf on the back, and then added Merry Christmas. And then it just kind of gave a unique personalized ornament, which was just kind of fun to do. I have to tell you, my nemesis is drawing a soccer ball, and I can't tell you how many soccer balls I've had to draw over the past few years. It's a hard ball to draw. I don't know why. It's the whole geometric thing. It's why I'm not an architect. I couldn't do the whole like geometry thing. But definitely some fun ornaments to draw. I'm doing this super cute sloth right now, which I love. I think it's so fun to do. But I'm in my last batch of 23 ornaments. By the time you're seeing this video, I will have been done, I hope. And then 50 more to do for Cookies with Santa. So I absolutely love making ornaments. It kills me to not be able to share more of them before Christmas and have to share them with you after Christmas, but it was definitely kind of fun to show you how I do these from start to finish and the stories behind them. And I love getting creative freedom to just do my thing and make these for you. And as excited as you are to give them as gifts to your family and friends, I feel like a kid on Christmas when I get to send you the video and show you the ornament when I'm done with it. And when it's like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock or 6 a.m. and I have finished your ornament, it takes every ounce of willpower in me to not send you a message with your video and wait till a respectable hour to show it to you. So thanks again for all the orders this year. And I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. And I think 2026, ornament ordering is probably going to start in August because October was apparently not early enough. So thank you so much.